So I recorded this video before the newest trailer of the Fantastic Four movie came out. So the first half of this video will be me talking about the Joseph Quinn stuff, and then the latter half will be about the trailer. Yeah. Alright, so we have a little bit of news on the, well, not news, but it's just like something to talk about, about the new Fantastic Four First Steps movie, which is coming out in May, I think, May of this year. So we have Joseph Quinn, who is going to be Johnny Storm in the movie Human Torch, and this article is titled, Joseph Quinn spoke to Marvel about Johnny Storm and where we are culturally. He was this womanizing guy, but is that sexy these days? I don't think so. I saw this conversation about Joseph Quinn and his portrayal of Johnny Storm. I heard about that, but I didn't really look into that, until I saw this headline. I was like, what do you mean? But is that sexy these days? Okay, first of all, Johnny Storm, Human Torch, is, he's a bit of a, I guess, womanizing is a good term to use. I don't really know what other term to use, but yeah, I guess you could say that. He's trying to get it, if you know what I'm saying. He's trying to get it. But for him, Joseph Quinn to be like, we could change that, culturally, we're not really, that's not something we're okay with now. Well, obviously not. But apparently, characters who are, who have some interesting qualities, if it's not aligned with our modern culture, that's not allowed. Like I feel like that's not, and especially since this movie is supposed to take place in the 1960s, apparently, I feel like that's not something you should be worried about, These days, this movie is not taking place in the modern day. And even if the movie was taking place in the modern day, can we not have characters who have these flaws, like Tony Stark, he's an alcoholic. Just because we see being an alcoholic as a bad thing, can that not be a character trait that is in the movie, It's just weird, Like, does this guy have to be, like, the perfect guy of all time? I don't think so. That's not what his character is supposed to be. I can see it feels like if the movie was trying to make him something else that he's not, I guess I could see that. But you're trying to change his character from how he was to more fit the modern culture. Like, even in the comics, Johnny Storm is still this same guy. He's not changed to fit the modern culture. He's been continuing to be a guy like this, playboy, whatever. He's trying to get some all the time. It's just weird that he would be like, oh, we should change this, it doesn't really align with the modern culture. Like, no, that's not how that works. That's really not how that works, It shouldn't be your biggest concern whether or not the character you're playing has actions that are good, because characters can have flaws. This is stupid. The more I think about it, the more stupid this is. This is a flaw that he has. Why can't this character have a flaw like this just because it's not acceptable nowadays? Being an alcoholic, that's a bad thing. Characters are still alcoholics in the modern day, Characters are still misogynistic in the modern day. Why can't we have a guy whose character is about being this type of guy? And it's like, is that sex? No, that's never been what the character has been about. I don't get what this guy is even trying to say. This is so strange. This is very strange. I have no idea what this is. Let's actually read it, because maybe he explains it a little bit. Maybe the title's being a little facetious in a way. Maybe I just need to look at what he's actually saying. Well, let's read this. Okay. Joseph Quinn is joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Johnny Storm / Human Torch in this summer's Fantastic Four: The First Steps. But the actor recently told Entertainment Weekly his version of the character is something different than past iterations. Chris Evans played Johnny in 2 previous Fantastic Four movies as a cocky, womanizing playboy. Quinn said that's no longer sexy. No, that's never been... I keep, if you think that the point of him being this kind of guy is for it to be that, that's never been the point of the character. That's never been the point of the character. That's like one of his main flaws. Even in the Fantastic Four movies from 2005 and 2011, I don't know. Whenever Rise of the Silver Surfer came out, even in those movies, it wasn't presented as something that is like, oh, that's so cool, that's so epic. Johnny Storm being a playboy, that's so epic. It was perceived not really as like a bad thing, but you could tell that it wasn't like a good thing to be. You could definitely tell in the movie. The character also grew in the second movie. Yeah, this was a movie where he got other powers. He's immature. That's what his character is. He's immature. And in that movie, he had to step up and kind of leave that in the past to save the Fantastic Four. So even in these movies, it's presented as not a good thing to be. It's a very immature thing that it's presented as. So I don't know where this. I genuinely, I don't know where this is coming from. I do not know where this is coming from. It's like one of the worst misreads of a character I've ever seen. This just shows that you don't know the character. Obviously he's this. He's a womanizing, whatever. It's not presented as a good thing. I could see what he'd be saying if it was like presented as a good thing, but it's really not. It's really not. We'll keep reading. It's not that long. He's a man that leads with a lot of bravado, which can be an affront sometimes, but also he's funny. Instead of Johnny, myself and Kevin Feige were speaking about previous iterations of him and where we are culturally. He was branded as this womanizing devil-may-care guy, but is that sexy these days? I don't think so. Oh, whoa. Okay, okay. Fantastic Four director Matt Shockman calls this version of Johnny really smart and not just a dim-witted hothead. He's on that spaceship for a reason, and I think sometimes people forget that in various comic stories, he's been one of the most heroic of them, even if he's undercutting his heroicism at every turn through humor, he said. He's Sue's brother, which means they are cut from similar cloth. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't have him be this immature guy and not be smart. That is one of his main flaws. So to remove one of his main flaws, I feel like that's just not necessary. That is not necessary at all. Like, it doesn't matter where we are culturally. That is still a flaw that he has. It's not like that kind of person doesn't exist anymore. That person definitely exists in the modern era. So I don't see where this is at all a necessary choice, or a good choice even. So yeah, just a weird thing that he's doing, or that he and the director talked about, I guess, I don't know. Just weird. Can we have characters be who they are in the comics, not have to change things to fit the modern era? I would understand if it was like written in a bad way, but it's really not. He's been like this for the entirety of his existence as a character. I don't get why there needs to be a change. I really don't get it. Now this came out while I was making this video, and I probably talk about it because I've seen a few things. I've seen a few things. You know, I've seen the Thing suit. Like the whatever. See, I think it's a suit. I've seen this Thing design in this movie. I don't think it's horrible. I don't know. Something is weird about it. I think it's the eyes. I want you to try this out. On your screen, cover his eyes with your finger. I don't think it looks too bad. Maybe it's not the eyes. Something about it looks weird. I know it's the Thing is not supposed to be like a good-looking character, but it's just not. It might be the mouth. Something about it, the facial structure, it doesn't look right. And I might be judging this based on like the comics or like the 2005 movie. But I mean, it's not bad. They got everything right. I don't think they could have done anything to make it better. I don't think. Maybe just make it look. I don't know. It just looks weird to me. I don't think it's on the part of the movie. I think it's just me being weird. I don't know.
This car?
Our city.
Ooh, whoa. I don't think I hate the voice. I don't think I hate the voice, but
This car?
it's gonna take a little bit getting used to not having to be like a stereotypical like big guy with like a deep voice. And he has a deep voice, but it's not like, you know. Oh, that looks so weird. I think I know the Thing has teeth, but I've never seen him up close like this. Look, he has teeth. I know he has teeth. I don't know why it looks so weird. Maybe because they're not big enough. They're not like spaced out enough. They look like regular human teeth, but on this big guy, it just looks a little weird, you know? Because this doesn't look weird. This does not look weird, but I don't know. Maybe it might be because they're really small. It's like they're like regular human teeth, and I'm expecting them to be like really like not like bigger because he's a bigger guy, you know. He didn't stay the same size, so in theory, his teeth should get bigger along with him. Maybe it's just like the proportionality or something is weird, but I don't know. It just looks. It'll take a little getting used to. I don't think it's weird. I think it's just me. To be honest, I think it's just me.
Our city, our planet. Owe a debt
to the captain's office. That was not a good idea.
These intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them. Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
I'm gonna say it again. I said it in my previous video on this movie. I don't really like the pajama look of the suits. And I'll say this because, look at Johnny's suit. I mean, look at all their suits. They're so inconsistent. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I like suits where there's a core idea, but for each certain member, there's like a certain detail that's a little changed in order to fit their personality. I like that. But I think it's just so weird. First of all, the thing isn't really supposed to have a shirt. You know, it looks fine. It looks fine though, whatever. I really like Invisible Girl, woman, her suit. Reminds me of the classic comic suit. Johnny's, I really don't like it. I really do not like it. The white all along is really not doing it for me. It's really not doing it for me. And Reed's suit, I mean, it's not bad, but I would have liked it to have a lot more white, you know? But yeah, I don't know. Like, why did they decide? It just looks really weird. And maybe I just need to get used to it, but it just looks so weird. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Don't know why there's two forests here, but whatever. It's cool. It's cool. I just need to get used to it and stop being retarded.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You're late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
Okay, what's his name? Why was I about to say Michael? His name isn't Michael. What was his name? Franklin's on the way.
Out of your depth.
And you know, I think his personification here, it's alright. You know, it's cool here. I don't really know how they're gonna, because they did say they're gonna change it, his personality a little bit, Human Torch. I guess we'll see. Right now, it seems fun. He has the same characteristics, personality, so yeah, it should be fine for the most part. I don't know. We'll see.
We're gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing's going to change.
Why okay? I don't know what her name is. She looks like Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot. It's like Gal Gadot. And she looks and sounds like Gal Gadot. I wouldn't be surprised if she's Israeli. I would not be surprised. But, or I would probably know about it if she was Israeli, to be honest. Okay, you can definitely tell. She looks and sounds like Gal Gadot. She really does, you know. Kal-El no and everything.
Kal-El no!
I don't know if she has I don't know if she's supposed to have an accent.
Nothing's going to change.
You can kind of hear her there. Maybe. Let's see.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay, there's a few things wrong with what I'm looking at right now. First of all, this is not the Silver Surfer I'm familiar with, you know. Not the one in the superhero squad that I'm familiar with. But also, just speaking on the design itself, it looks like she had like eyeliner. Is that on purpose? Is that how he looks? I'm pretty sure that's not how the Silver Surfer looks. Look, yeah, it's his entire body is silver. I don't know why they did. Is that just shadow? It just looks. If it's not shadow, it just looks really weird. Something about it just doesn't look right. I don't know I genuinely don't know what it is about it. It just looks weird. I can't put my finger on why it looks so strange. Is it just a CGI that's weird?
Marked for death.
I don't think so. It just looks, I don't know. What? It just looks so weird to me. I genuinely have no idea why.
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
Okay. Human Torch, it looks pretty cool. I think it was just me. I don't think it looks weird. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to seeing Silver Surfer like this. This is pretty cool. Oh, without the shirt, oh, this actually looks so tough. Wait, okay. Maybe without the shirt might have been the good way to go. Cause that looks good. That looks freaking awesome. Oh my, that looks freaking epic. Holy. And his face looks, he looks angry too. That makes his face look even better. That's so strange. And how is he standing up in the water? Is it that shallow? Why is there anyway? It looked a little awkward, but it should be fine. I don't know. Okay, that running scene looked really slow. I don't know why. That looks really. Is this in slow motion? This looks really slow for the thing. The stretching doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look terrible. So my thoughts on the trailer. The thing looks cool. Everyone looks cool. Some of the design choices in general are interesting. You know, the shovel ball thing, the Human Torch suit. But in general, the movie doesn't look too bad. I think initially I had a very leaning towards negative perception of the movie, but now that I see the trailer and we get closer to the release date of the movie, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be just fine. I guess we'll have to see how this whole Shaw Ball thing ends up. Don't know why they decided to do that. I genuinely have no idea why they decided to do that. I made a whole video on that if you want to go see. It's kind of bad, but whatever. I got the point across. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like if you liked, dislike if you disliked, subscribe, watch my other videos if you liked this one. And yeah, you've been watching Lowhand, I've been Lowhand, and what am I to say?